'Cause I've got the power and you've got the power. Then who's got the power? Everybody!
Thank you for joining us at Uncovering Mr. Right, a Voice Enterprises Incorporated sound production for entertainment purposes only. All the views and opinions by our guests are their own. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jerry Royce. Welcome to Uncovering Mr. Right. Today, the guest on my show is Elizabeth. She's from the Owings Mills area. We had her on the show before talking about her fitness business, NY Fitness. She's open to new clients, and she'll talk a little bit about that. We'll talk about that in the beginning of the show, and then we're going to dive right into Uncovering Mr. Right. So, Elizabeth, before we really get into relationships, go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about your business.
I am the owner of NY Fitness. It stands for A New You Fitness. The fitness business does incorporate fitness as well as nutrition, as well as motivation and some life coaching. I do feel that fitness does incorporate everything, mind, body, spirit, and I make sure that I can help my client enrich their life through improved health, well-being, and self-image.
Absolutely, and well put. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as we get a little older, it's a little hard to work out by yourself sometimes, and Elizabeth has the perfect formula. So if you're living in the Baltimore area, DC also, right? No problem. Driving.
Not a problem.
She's here to help you. She's been down that road. I think she's the best person for the job. And you can go over to positivepower21.org and listen to the show we had done on her business. We did 15 minutes on her business. You get a chance to know the ins and the outs and why she is so successful at what she does. All right. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about Uncovering Mr. Right. Now, have you met that Mr. Right yet, Elizabeth?
Well, I'm a firm believer at this point that there are several Mr. Rights for every Miss Right. Timing is critical. And I'm looking for the next Mr. Right.
All right, you're looking for the next Mr. Right. Now you had a Mr. Right, or you let a couple of Mr. Rights go, or what happened?
I have had a couple Mr. Rights, I think. I consider a Mr. Right any man that I experience some level of unconditional love for, meaning that the level of forgiveness is a little bit more so than the run-of-the-mill type of relationship.
Right. Okay. Now you were in love with these guys?
I have been in love 3 times.
3 times. Wow. Good. Now, have you been married?
I have been married.
Okay. Now, what happened during that relationship? You're not married now, right?
I am not married now. And unfortunately, through my relationships after my marriage, did I only realize I was not in love with my husband. But I began dating him when I was 15, and I stayed with him until I was 30.
Wow.
So there's part of the answer right there. I didn't know any better.
You didn't know any better. And why you say that? Because because you was young, you didn't have no experiences.
He was my only experience, so I didn't have anything to really, gauge him against. He was a great guy. We had 2 amazing children together, but he and I are just completely different individuals. And
now, I was going to just say, now, I know your oldest son now. Is he anything like him? Because I know he has a lot of energy, very positive, very friendly, a lot like you. Now, does he have any qualities of his dad?
Not really. My Alex is really a lot about me. Yeah, Alex is mostly me. Braxton has some of his father's tendencies, but even Braxton is a lot like me in his character, how deep he feels, his nurturing side, and his intellect. He's a lot like me. He goes pretty deep.
All right. Now, you're available now, right?
I am available now.
Okay. Now, are you dating?
I am dating.
Now, what kind of guys are out there right now? I mean, now the guys you're seeing now, would I mean, if one of them wanted to get a little bit more serious, would you be open to that, or you still say, let's keep it like it is, let's just keep it in rotation, keep it moving?
No, I'm looking for a serious relationship. I'm a single mom of three boys, so I have an audience. My
Hmm.
audience is, a little bit older, so they're a little bit more aware. Um, so no, I'm not looking for a rotation. I'm looking for somebody who realizes what's on my plate, realizes what I have to offer, realizes the caliber of a female that I am, and is willing to step up to that plate.
Right now, I don't know you super well, but I've seen you in the neighborhood. You know, our children are friends, and I could say you're a very, very sweet person. You have a good heart. You're always thinking about other people. Now, the guys that's out there now, are they looking for women like that, or they just, they don't really know?
Um, I'm not sure. I'm the verdict is out for me on that. I have no shortage of interests or interested parties, so to speak. Uh,
Hmm.
but when it gets real, they get scared. So I'm
Ah,
really starting to think that they want they almost want it handed to them. They don't want the challenge. They don't want obstacles. They don't want to put in the work that's required for a female like myself.
now what age groups are you talking about?
I attract pretty much everyone from early 20s to early 40s. So, um, but it seems to be the same. There's a lot of men that have been hurt and
Hmm.
question relationships.
Hmm.
They're more than willing to go out and have a good time and create great friendships, but very few are really ready to put themselves into a situation where they're vulnerable again and where they can get hurt
Yeah.
the way that
Right.
they've been hurt from women in the past. And they have a hard
Wow.
they have a hard time trusting that the next good woman that comes around won't do the same thing. And unfortunately, I'm one of those good women that isn't given that level of a chance because of things
Right.
that have happened in their past.
Yeah, and that's kind of odd because because I think nowadays, you can judge people's actions pretty much where their heart is. I mean,
Hmm.
you're pretty busy. You have the business you're running.
Yep.
You have your children, and
Hmm.
you have a lot of friends. Um, Now, what kind of guy would it take to be able to accept all that? 'Cause you have a lot of energy. You're very athletic.
Yes. I have a lot of energy, but I put a lot of energy in my relationships.
Mm.
I'm a Libra, so balance is very important.
Yes.
What is also very important, one of the biggest importances of a Libra is love and relationship and marriage. And that's an area
Yeah.
that I don't have right now.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
when a man comes and crosses my path and starts kind of delivering on some of those things that I'm looking for, I give a lot of attention to that relationship because I want to see it be successful because then my feelings get involved and I want to see it progress.
Yes, yes. So it is. So now your range you said was like 20 to 40.
Mhm.
Now the younger guys, are they attracted to you because you're very athletic, you got the energy and everything, and looks like you want to just have some fun, or I mean, what are they looking for?
I think my look has something to do with it, my energy level certainly, but I have a real young personality. I'm
Yeah,
not immature by any stretch, but
right.
I'm very fun. I'm very outgoing. I want to have a good time. I have no problem singing, dancing. You know, um, with the best of them. But I also like to sit back, relax, have a nice, chill evening where we're
Hmm.
just watching a movie, cuddling, and so I'm satisfied in a lot of different environments, and I think that gels well with a younger group.
Right.
The older they get, the more they don't want real lively side of who I am.
You say the older guys?
The older guys, yeah.
Okay. Well, let's play devil advocate. Okay.
Sure.
Just say, I'm the guy. I'm interested in you. I'm 51.
Yep.
So I don't have the energy, and most likely I'll probably suffer an injury if I try to hang with you in that capacity and your children. But I do have two younger sons and a younger daughter,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just use them to keep up with you and your kids, right?
Right.
So I probably could deal with someone like you, because you got the energy, because I'm in slow motion and injury prone. I like those things. I used to love those things, but I
Yep.
can't do those things. But at the same time, I like that part of life, not just the hanging on the couch watching TV every night.
Right.
No, you want the outdoors and the football and the basketball and all that good stuff that
Oh
the kids
yeah.
bring.
I'll be the first to grab the football and go play a game with the kids.
All right. So in
Yeah.
other words, you'll be perfect for a guy that's in a situation where he already had a family. He's probably divorced or maybe lost his spouse some kind of way. That would be a perfect fit. So it wouldn't really matter if he fell down the sliding scale of, say, like your 30s. So you figure a guy in his 40s to his 50s is a little bit more established career wise. His financial status is what it is. So,
right.
And if he's looking at building a business, so you could find a little bit more things in common if it was an older guy.
Yes, there are certain things that I would definitely connect more at their level, my age and a little bit older. Certainly on the career side, certainly on the children and the family side.
Mm-hmm.
I am high energy, but I'm not high maintenance.
Right.
So that's conflicting. They think, well, she's high energy, she must be high maintenance, and I'm not. I am the girl next door. And I can run with the punches. Very little really upsets my feathers.
All right. Now let's talk about the younger guys.
Yes.
Okay. Let's talk between, let's say, we're not going to touch 20. Let's say 25.
Yeah.
37.
Okay.
He doesn't have the family yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's on his mind.
Yep.
He's outdoors. He's athletic.
Yep.
Like the exercise stuff. He enjoys the family because he can play PlayStation, Xbox, and all that stuff.
Yep.
Where is his mentality though when it comes to trying to settle down and he can have all of that because you got it?
Well,
where are most of those guys?
Well, my last or most recent situation, he's 25, no children, very active football player.
Mm-hmm.
Our personalities gel perfectly. We're the best of friends. Age is a concern for him, not necessarily for me. Right. And the concern is he has no children yet, and he wants children. Right. I'm 35, and he doesn't think that it's fair to make me wait until I'm 40 to have my next child.
Okay.
But that's when he feels he might be ready to have his first of his own. It's about 5 years from now. And
so he's not ready. He's not ready right now to have. Now
yep.
You're ready now. You could have 3 or 4.
I could,
yeah,
and I'm healthier now than I've ever been. All 3 of my children were born full term, 8 to 9 pounds, and 100% natural, no medicine. So I am a strong female. So, the first question out of his mouth when we decided to date was, would you be willing to, have more children? Because there's no sense in continuing going down the path of a relationship if I was going to say no. And I told him, absolutely, if I was in a committed relationship, a marriage, and my significant other did not have children of his own and wanted them, I'd never deny a person I love that experience. And I would absolutely have more children, and I'm more than capable of doing it.
Good, but he's not, like you said earlier, he's not ready now.
He's not ready now, and I'm not ready right now. My baby is going to be 1 here in just a couple of days, and I'm really savoring this experience with him. And it's a transition for all of my children. The father of the baby did pass while I was pregnant, so we're all going through a bit of a transition, and grabbing hold of one another to forge forward successfully. And
Yes.
I think to rush that would not be doing a good service for my family and my children. So I would want to wait a couple of years at least before, going down that path and expanding the family once again. Um, so I think it's just a matter of understanding that,
Yes.
yes, I already have children. Yes, those children are part of the dynamic, but no, that does not mean that we're ready to create a family right now.
Yes, absolutely.
But it's
Okay.
scary to a younger guy to look at a single mom of three and be able to say, okay, well, I can have her now, and when I'm ready, I can have all of it.
That's right.
But that is reality.
Yes, that is reality. And I guess he just have to do a little bit more searching and
Hmm.
just figure out what he really wants. Because a lot of times with young guys, you say these things, and I can understand where he's coming from. Because I know when I was 25, I said, well, I'm gonna be ready
Yeah.
when I'm 29. And I already had a child when I was 21, so I was already experiencing fatherhood. But trying to connect that with getting along with the mother and everything, our
Hmm.
relationship changed.
Right.
We weren't mature enough to handle, parenthood and relationship at the same time because we weren't sure where we were going. College, military. We didn't know. We were still, just playing it out.
Right.
So I can understand him saying this. So 29, I got married at 29. It wasn't to my first child's mom, but I was ready the second
Right.
time around.
Well, and I think the moment you realize that the more you want everything to be in line before you make life-changing decisions, the easier life becomes. Um,
Mhm.
you can only plan but so much. And,
That's right.
what may end up happening is you plan so much out of a good life.
Yeah.
And,
That's true.
then you end up in a situation where you're not really with the person you love, but you planned it out, and now you're with somebody who, on paper it all looked the way that you wanted, and it turns out to be completely wrong. I had that situation happen to me as well.
Wow.
So,
Well, we definitely gotta have you back on. Yeah, look, we're running out of time now, but wow, this has been great, and I think a lot of people can really relate to the way you put that down. You know, being right there in the middle,
yep,
younger guys, older guys. Where's your best fit. And you
right.
gotta think about the boys at the same time.
Yeah, my boys are my legacy. Um, when I leave this earth, that is all I leave behind is their eyes.
That's right. That's
And
right.
I want to make sure that I do them right and I live for them every single day.
Amen. Well, look, Elizabeth, we appreciate having you on. Tell everybody where they can find you on the internet.
You can find me at NY Fitness at facebook.com/NY Fitness 247.
Amen. And we'll have the information on the website. So those of you who are trying to get back in shape so you can find that Mr. Right or the guys trying to find Miss Right. Everybody one looks good. All right. Thank you, Elizabeth, and everyone. Thank you for joining us. This is Uncovering Mr. Right. My name is Jerry Royce, and stay tuned for more programming. Have a great evening. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you for tuning in for Uncovering Mr. Right. He said, she said, with Reese Cortland and Latrina Davis. Thank you, and stay tuned for more of Uncovering Mr. Right.